Welcome to Shine Movement Space. In this class, we'll be using the Core First Pilates Reformer at-home system and a Pilates ring. We'll start warming up the abdominals and upper body and then move into some side body work, targeting the inner and outer thighs and booty. I hope this express class leaves you feeling long, strong, and ready to take on your day. Find yourself a place to anchor your bands, and let's get moving and shine together. Hello, thanks so much for joining me. Today we have a nice movement routine with the Core First Reformer at Home bands, and then we're using a Pilates ring as well. As you can see, I have the handles of the Core First bands wrapped around the handles of the ring. So take a moment before we start, get that nice and set up. You want to make sure you can, if you can, kind of tuck in the ends of the handles so that they don't slide or pop off. Just make sure it's nice and secure. And then when you're ready, we will face the anchor of the core first with our legs extended in front of us and our spine nice and tall. Okay, seated on top of our sitting bones to start, we have a nice neutral spine, so I want you to exhale. Slide those ribs together in the front to make sure we take out any arch of the mid back. Bring that ring in front of you and hold the outsides of the handles in your hands. On the exhale, we're going to activate those lower abdominal muscles, kind of those muscles underneath your belly button. We pull them, exhale, towards our spine and lift, scooping up as we rock behind our sitting bones. We inhale, come back up to center, pulling the spine back to neutral. We exhale, tipping the pelvis under by pulling those lower abdominals in and up. And then we come back up to center, staying nice and tall through the upper body. Exhale, tipping back, feeling the resistance as we sit back up, using those bands. Exhale. So these heavy core first bands are quite strong, and the difficult part is going to be not letting the bands pull you up, rather controlling against the pull to come back up nice and slow on top of those sitting bones. Exhale, rounding the lower spine and pulling yourself back up. Let's do two more like that. Exhale, drawing those abdominals in and up. So making sure there's not pressure outwards, but really feeling those abdominals pull in to support your spine. Very nice. On the next one, we're going to exhale. Find that scoop of the lower abdominals, and then we pull that ring, bending the elbows wide and straighten. Exhale. Find a deeper scoop as you bend those elbows. Exhale. Pull that ring just a little closer to your chest. Exhale. Shoulders stay down. Two more. And last one. Abdominal scoop as you pull that ring up, or in, and then we stack our spine. Inhale at the top. Exhale. Find the scoop again. We're going to inhale here and then exhale. Pull that ring in. Inhale in the middle. Exhale. Rotate towards the side with the shoulders. Inhale, center. Exhale. We scoop abdominals even further to rotate and come back center. Shoulders stay down. Neck is long. We rotate and come back center and rotate and center. One more each side. Rotate, center, and rotate. Nice and solid through the core. We extend those arms and then scoop deeper to roll on up. And then let's take a nice forward fold here. Shake it out and breathe. Very nice. Stack up your spine. We're going to swing our legs to the side now. I wish I had a better transition for you, but with this ring and the core first, it's a little tricky. So keep a hold of that ring and then we'll make our way down onto our side. Set yourself up with your hips nice and stacked. I think I'm going to let my head rest in my hand today, making sure hips are stacked, top hip is reaching away so we're feeling supported from underneath. You're going to bring your foot to that ring. And I want you to make sure that your hips are about 90 degrees and that when your foot is in that ring, you feel a little bit of pressure, but it's not pulling. So this may take some adjusting closer or further away from the anchor. So take a moment for yourself and feel a nice tension as your knees are stacked, foot is flexed, legs parallel. We're reaching away with that top hip, and then we take that heel and press energy through the heel. So we feel a little tension through that ring that's already firing on my side glute, my glute medius. I'm now going to think of the shin bone here, unfolding and opening like a book towards the ceiling, and then we rotate it back towards the screen. We rotate open and rotate back. We rotate open and rotate back. So by pressing energy through that heel, we're already firing on that glute med even more, using the tension of the bands to deepen this exercise. And in 2 more. Trying to minimize any shifting through the hips. And last one, leave that leg parallel to the floor. We exhale, press it away, inhale, bend it in. All right, exhale, pressing it away, trying to minimize any shifting in the hips. And bend it in. Exhale, press, and inhale, bend. Few more like that, sending energy out that heel. These blue bands are quite heavy. This exercise can also be done with the lighter version of the core first. You have 2 more. Last one, leave that leg nice and long. We try to swing that leg forward now. We lift it up and press it down in the center. Forward, lift it, press it center. If this is pulling too much on the lower back, you may need to scoot just a little tick closer to that anchor. I want you to feel it, of course, in the side body, but not pulling on your lower back. Lift and press center. And if this is hurting your neck, you can lay it all the way down on the floor, or even take a little pillow and lay on the pillow. Inhaling and exhaling. Let's reverse that circle now. So you're going to press that leg in line with your hip, lift it up in the middle, and swing it forward. Exhale. Inhale. Really feeling that glute med fire up now. Lifting from underneath as well. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Trying to keep that hip nice and still. 2 more. And last one. Very nice. Let that leg swing to the side and elongate the bottom foot now. Depending on where your anchor is, you may need to adjust your body if it's pulling you in the wrong direction. We want one long line. We inhale here and exhale, lift that bottom leg up to meet the top foot. We exhale to lift and lower and lift and lower. Finding length through that side and lower. This front hand can be on the floor, but I want you to kind of tent your fingers if it is, so that your shoulder doesn't fall forward. And lower, exhale. And lower, you have 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Lower with control. You can bend that top knee. Give it a little bit of a pat here. Whew. Very nice. Rotate to the ceiling, and you can give that leg a stretch here. Using the ring and those bands. Bending and straightening. Bending and straightening. One more. Very nice. You're going to take that ring off, cross that ankle over that bottom knee, and then we're going to pull that shape in towards our chest. Stretching that hip that we just worked so hard. Feeling your tailbone heavy into the mat. Inhale and exhale. Sink into that mat. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. Lower your foot to the floor. You can roll yourself to the side and press yourself up. Let's take a nice stretch in the opposite direction. All right, I'm going to change my setup, so we're going to move to the other side. So you can swing your legs around and change your anchor, or just rotate your screen and rotate towards the other side. Whatever you're doing, we're using the other leg, of course. All right, take a moment and get there. Okay, I'm laying on the other side now. Knees are 90 degrees, hips are stacked. So I already have my pillow underneath my head. I'm just going to start like this on this side. So hips nice and stacked. I still want to be lifted from underneath so that I'm not totally sinking into the mat. I feel pressure through my heel. I'm just going to lift that shin bone up towards the ceiling and lower down. Lifting the shin bone parallel to the ceiling, and then we lower it down. Lifting and lowering. Setting my core up for success, finding stability. And we lift and we lower. Already feeling that glute med fire on. A few more like this. Let's do 2 more. And last one. We leave that knee parallel to the floor. We press it long and bend. Thinking about this hip pressing away long so that it doesn't hike up. And bend. Exhale, press. Energy through the heel. Exhale, press. And bend. And press. And bend as the leg presses long. Abdominals support the spine as well, so they kind of wrap towards your spine to help keep it stable. Exhale. And inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Let's do 1 more. Exhale. Press it long without arching the back. Now we swing that leg forward, up and side, forward, up and side. Inhaling forward, exhaling as it presses long. And inhale. And exhale. Sending energy through that leg, through that foot. I want you to try to keep your shoulders open as well. I have my arm here for a little bit of modesty reasons on the internet world. Let's reverse. We shift it forward, back, and up. But you can keep your hand on your hip or tented in front like I did before. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. You have 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Leave it long to your side. You're going to let your other leg slide long. Feel that nice long diagonal line here from the anchor. You inhale, and on the exhale, bottom leg comes up to meet that ring, and we lower. Exhale, and lower. Try to test it out with that top arm up if you would like. Otherwise, you can tent those fingers, keeping that shoulder open. So light pressure on the fingers, but we're not relying on that front arm. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. A few more. You have 3 and 2 and last one. Lower with control. Very nice. You can rotate, bending your knee, rotate towards your back once more. We'll extend the leg towards the ceiling and then bend it down. Oh. And bend and stretch, keeping those bands out of your face. Bend and stretch. Or you can press and pull. That also works too. Whatever's feeling better for you today. Very nice. Let's cross that ankle over the bottom knee. And then you're gonna pull that whole shape up towards your chest, pressing your tailbone down into the mat, opening through that hip that just worked so hard for us. Inhale here, and on the exhale, sink the tailbone further into the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Glide the back of the ribs towards the mat. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. Very nice. You're going to let that whole shape fall towards the side. Rotate side and press yourself up. Take a nice side stretch on the opposite side. Very nice. Come to the middle and we'll end class as usual with one deep breath in. We inhale. Scoop up that good energy that you just created. Exhale, bring it to your heart. Close your eyes. Inhale. Thank yourself for taking some time today, making space for yourself to do something good for your body and mind. Inhale. And on the exhale, let your arms flow open, let your eyes flow open, let your shoulders roll up, down and back. And I thank you as well for being here today. It really means so much to me. If you enjoyed this video, please give a little like, subscribe, and be sure to check the description. I'm going to link complimentary classes as I film them. So you might want to save this video, come back and check the description for more, because I'll be doing more with the core first bands and the ring coming up soon. And no matter what, I really hope you feel good. I hope you have a great rest of your day and continue to shine. Bye. Sincere thanks to you, my friend, for being an important part of the beginning of this channel. Every view, thumbs up, subscribe, and encouraging comment increases connection and really does help this space to grow. Please consider following if you haven't already. I appreciate your support and I hope you'll join me again.